this nigga Myron's back at it again, going outside in public and just, you know, arguing with niggas. So let's look at his most recent argument.
Bro, this nigga just here to argue, bro.
Do you admit that it exists?
Person on, bro.
Hey, he's scared to debate me, or hey,
bro, because you're making a really bad argument. Because you're making an argument for the exception and the minority.
The exception is
all right. Let's hear his argument, man.
It's way bigger than you think. That's all I'm saying. You acting like it's 1%. It might be 10. It might be 15. It might be 20. It definitely ain't 1 in 20.
Still the minority.
Myron Gaines shreds this young beta male simping for the in this heated debate, as this guy actually criticizes Myron Gaines for scaring off with his rhetoric about women needing to be in the kitchen, because this beta obviously puts on a pedestal and is the prime example of what Myron Gaines is trying to put a stop to. Let's get in.
Shout out
Yo, literally, bro. All right, let me just say this real quick. Have y'all noticed that like all the videos on this channel, wherever we react to shit, it be completely different like perspectives and like viewpoints? Like I do fuck with that, because it's like one day we'll hear about an Aiden Ross video from a guy that like fucking loves Aiden Ross, and then we'll hear about some like Kai shit from a guy who like hates Kyle. It's just crazy to see how all these like different perspectives and shit like really matter when you look at situations. Like this shit is crazy.
Shout out Myron.
Yo.
We're talking about that right there. A woman should be in the.
Yeah.
You really believe that wholeheartedly? All the way, 100%?
Yes.
You don't believe there's any women that exists out there that's built to be entrepreneurs or CEOs that got that drive in them, and that was their path?
That's a minority.
It's a small minority, but you just made a broad statement saying it as if it applied to all women.
Yeah, it's a broad statement because the world works on generalities. Majority of women should be in the kitchen. Now, are there going to be some women out there that have higher IQs and are ambitious and can get stuff done? Sure. But the reality is that's a very small minority of women.
Then why don't you adjust your statement?
Because, I mean, the world...
You know that's going to piss people off. That's going to piss off a lot of women that's in those positions.
Nigga, that's the point, bro. That drives clicks. And what does clicks equal? Money, nigga. So, of course, he's going to say whatever the fuck, like, he knows is going to get people upset.
Why would you say something like that?
Well, that proves my point, why they're inferior.
They're losing saying stuff like that. I ain't going to lie to you.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
You losing biddies like that, bro. You scaring what?
Yeah, I don't really care.
Keep it 100 with you right now.
I don't really care, bro, about losing. I would argue,
like us?
Yeah, I would argue being yourself and being authentic, even if you're offensive, women will respect that.
That's unnecessarily offensive, though. You can add a little more precision to your statement. Everybody happy, everybody more educated.
So here's the thing.
It's not about making people happy, though. It's about standing on what you believe in all the way, right? I think that's what it is. The more polarizing you are, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because people are gonna like you more because you're like standing firm on whatever the fuck you believe in. But at the same time, people who don't feel that way are gonna hate you more too. So it just intensifies both when you operate like that in terms of like social media, right? Because he's just doing this for social media, like so.
The only thing I could do is I could say something that's generally true. I can't control if someone gets offended by that.
This is what you need to do. Generally, women should be in the. Change my mind.
How about this? How about you set up a table? You put generally women should be in the on the other side, up, and then you can go ahead and do that.
Set the table up. It ain't gonna be no argument. Everybody gonna agree with me because it's facts.
Yeah, sure. Then you can go ahead and set up a table and do that for your channel.
I'm just saying, bro. That's wrong right there.
This is generally true.
You basically said I got this right here, but it's 70% right.
No, like more like 95% right.
Still ain't 100.
Damn near 100.
Is it 100?
Damn near 100.
Is it 100?
Again, exceptions don't make the rule.
Hey, it's a yes or no question. Is it 100?
It's never gonna be 100.
That's all I'm saying.
There's exceptions to every rule. But it's statistically insignificant. It's such a small percentage.
How about this? I'll say this: the minority is definitely bigger than you think, especially in 2025, bro. Women is way more educated. They got way more opportunities, bro. They ain't nothing to laugh at. We see it all around us. We in Brickell, Miami. Most of these females out here running their own business, solo dolo.
Actually, they're not. But that's fine. Like,
I mean, we know what goes on behind the scenes, but it's a decent amount of women that's running their own business, bro.
Bro, let's be honest, man. A lot of the girls, when they're in college and getting educated, they get degrees to get a job. They might not even do that bullshit.
Ain't women graduating from college at record levels right now?
Yeah, they are.
And ain't men going down?
Yeah, they are.
So we having more and more women entrepreneurs making 6 figures a year.
Okay, see? This is where we're starting to go off the rails a little bit. Just because you go to college and you graduate does not mean you're going to be making 6 figures. And it definitely doesn't mean that you're going to be an entrepreneur. Like, let's calm down, bro. How many people graduate college and then work at like McDonald's or something, right? And that's not bad. It's just real life, bro.
And you think they belong in the kitchen?
Yeah,
clearly capable.
Yeah, no, they need to be in the kitchen.
I'm all for females being in their feminine energy. There are women out there that should definitely, be in the kitchen. That's where they flourish. You feel me?
That's a majority.
It might be 61, 40, whatever right now. Still, it's a good amount of women, and it's increasing every day. 2025, Brickell, Miami, that should not be in the kitchen, bro. And you pissing them off saying that.
No, man, a majority should be in the kitchen. The women that are graduating from school, again, a lot of them graduate with degrees that don't really get them a job, right? They major in sociology, some other stuff. This is why women attend college at a higher rate, but they also major in dumber majors.
Folks, let me know what you think in the comments, but I think it's sad that we got some young kid like this actually going out of the way to simp for the this badly. talking about, oh, we don't want to offend them, we don't want to scare them off. I don't know why you care that much what they think to begin with at all. Like, even as Myron Gaines said, even at least if you're authentic, at least if you're actually genuine, you will get respect from women. They may not like it, but you'll at least get respect from them.
True.
But if you're just going to bend the knee and coddle to them,
I think that is true. Yeah, as long as you just be yourself and really stand on what you feel for real, bro. Like, the people that stick around you are gonna be the people that's really there for you. You get me?
I mean, you might as well just bend over and take it, bro. Because if they're gonna, take everything over, if they're taking over Brickleberry, wherever you're at, then don't even try to be a man anymore. Because this kid isn't even trying to. And Myron Gaines is exactly right. They go to colleges, earn enormous amounts of debt, gets a job they can't pay for it, and here coming up soon, so many of those jobs are going to be replaced by AI anyway, which is going to leave these women where? Because so many jobs that women hold could just go away and society would still continue to run okay. But if it happened the other way around, like guys in infrastructure jobs, society would collapse. Like, these jobs are extra and optional, but they're not necessary to keep everything going for everybody. But hit that like button if you're enjoying the video. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate it. And let's get back in.
And they don't really contribute to infrastructure. Despite the fact that they're graduating at higher rates, they still are not in job fields that lead to infrastructure, right? Plumbing, blue collar work, construction, engineering, like anything that has to do with like human infrastructure, they're not involved. They're doing, office jobs with air conditioning. So men still build the world despite the fact not being represented at colleges. And also, let's be honest, the academic world has now turned into a progressive cesspool where people can push their leftist ideologies. It's not necessarily about learning a skill set anymore, becoming intelligent and competent. It's about pushing leftist agendas.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do feel that, and that's somebody in college right now going to a 4-year university. Like, all the guys that are actually out there like building shit for real, unless they're like an architect or some shit that forces you to go to school, like, they end up going to like trade schools, and doing that kind of thing. So I think I do agree with that. Like, the guys that built the world definitely aren't all, or at least the majority of them aren't really in the college scene, right? A lot of them are in the scenes outside of that, like, automotive, plumbing, you feel me, that type of shit where you don't need a degree. But they're making hella bread and they're making the world run. So
at least I got you to admit that sign a little wrong and I was right.
Bro, you're not right.
You admitted it like 3 times, folks.
Bro,
three times.
See, here's the thing. It's called common sense and being able to understand nuances. It's very difficult for things to be absolutely true every single time. However, in general, most women should be in the kitchen because most women need to have families and push society that way versus pursuing a career. And that's why I say more women are not pursuing that, and that's why we have the problems that we have.
Do you admit there's millions of women out there that flourish pursuing their career?
That what?
Flourish pursuing their career.
Again, that is a minority.
Do you admit that it exists though?
Bro, this nigga just here to argue. Bro.
Do you admit that it exists?
On, bro.
He's scared to debate me. No,
hey, bro, because you're making a really bad argument. Because you're making an argument for the exception and the minority.
The exception is way bigger than you think. That's all I'm saying. You acting like it's 1%. It might be 10. It might be 15. It might be 20. It definitely ain't 1 in 20.
It's still the minority. It's still the minority, which means the generalities.
And yo, sorry, don't say that,
bro.
Am I wrong?
It's called common sense.
Myron, lock in, bro.
It's called common sense, man.
In, bro.
It's called common sense. It's called common sense, bro.
Crazy.
I guess common sense is no longer common, man.
These are just facts, bro. I'm sorry. It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
Yeah,
it's cool talking to you though.
The base of his argument was you losing hoes. That's why I was like, all right, bro. Yeah, the cornerstone of his argument is you're losing.
You're losing the husband.
That already is an L. Like, you losing hoes, bro. We need to make sure that the hoes feel better. That is the crux of my argument. You losing us.
One of the things that Myron Gaines was definitely right about is that common sense clearly is not common anymore. I mean, this guy's arguing like a woman. Like, he's just arguing to argue. Oh, there's, this 1% little crack in your whole thing. So then that means I'm right and you're wrong. Like, that doesn't prove anything. That's literally how women argue. He's arguing to no end, to no point, to accomplish nothing. That's not going to change anything. So what is the point of everything he's doing? Literally nothing. But let me know in the comments what you thought about what Myron Gaines had to say, shredding this woke beta male, white knighting for the in this clip. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and I will...
White knighting? Yeah, bro.